and hopefully I'm looking less like a ghost. And unfortunately, I couldn't do much about the wall, but I did bring my ukulele. So, little improvements. I hope you appreciate it. Thank you to all on the live chat currently: Nick Tessely, Tony the Tiger, John G, and the Snives, Jolly Fox, Wok ATM. Thank you for joining me. I will be taking some of your questions. I have 3 topics to talk about today. After I finish those topics, I'll be doing a live chat and taking your questions, so please stay tuned. And if you could also press the like button, it would be very much appreciated. I hope my sound is okay. If you could tell me if I'm not stuttering, at least not on purpose. Hello, Rohit Tarvani. Anyways, I'm gonna hope the sound is okay. If it's bad, then please just let me know. What's up, Tex? Nice to see you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, nightlife entertainment in Bangkok is loud and alive. Now, there was an article on the Bangkok Post, actually this morning, talking about Khao San is back to life and booming. And basically the article was just talking about how businesses have started to, come back up and everything's lively and you can really enjoy there. And I was hearing about this actually the whole of last week. So what I thought, and please let me know if you actually enjoy this, my plan is that every week I'm going to try to visit one entertainment district in Bangkok and in Phuket. So actually last Friday I visited Khao San to see how it actually was. Next week I plan to go to Soi Bangla, Walking Street in Phuket. And when I come back, everyone's favorite, perhaps Soi Cowboy, Tonglo District, and just check out how the vibrancy and the entertainment industry in Thailand is looking like. So businesses in Khao San basically came out and said, look, because of the test and go scheme, like because of the entry restrictions being lifted and just making it easier for people to come inside the country again, everything's booming, everything's looking great. And I was like, is it though? Is it really? So I decided to go to Khao San. So last Friday I went along with a couple of Thaiger colleagues, and I think, in my opinion, Khao San is really back, and I'll tell you why. There was a huge rush, there was a huge crowd, obviously not from the pre-pandemic levels, but it was really surprising. I was like, whoa, is half of Bangkok out tonight? There were parts of the road where I had to walk in single files. You know, the good old nightlife entertainment where you're basically squished up and you're taking one step at a time, because to the left of you, everyone's partying, to the right of you, everyone's partying, and you're just trying to get from one end to another. And it was that packed, and it was really nice to see, actually. It was just, everybody was having fun, it was vibrant, it was loud, the rush of the crowd, and yeah, there were cold beverages flowing everywhere in nice little neon buckets, the good old Khao San special. There were balloons. I don't know what was inside the balloons, but there were balloons if you wanted to do balloons. And the clubs and the restaurants were open. Look, I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to talk about legality and what's allowed and what's not allowed, but clubs / restaurants, whatever you want to call them, they were all open. And the clubs and the restaurants, bars, whatever, they weren't as packed as how it was outside. I went into a restaurant called Mulligan's, and I think it was about 70 to 80% occupied, full. There was a live band, there was cold beverages, there was food. There was actually really good food. I actually had spaghetti. And so I guess these restaurants have turned up their game. So at least I could enjoy the good food. Tony the Tiger, thank you very much for your donation. I will address your comment a little later, good sir. Tony the Tiger, $20 donation. Thank you very much. As always, all these donations will be going towards charities and charity work. More explanation after this video. Anyways, continuing on. So yeah, you could enjoy a beer, you could enjoy good food, you could enjoy live music. If you went outside, if you went to the clubs and you wanted to dance, you could do that. It was quite inside. It wasn't as packed. Outside, now Khao San, I don't know if you've actually visited Khao San before, but Khao San has a lot of outside clubs and bars, so they'll have DJs just banging out music, and every bar will have its own music. So unless you're actually at one place, the other music will eventually be drowned out, and most people are too high on alcohol or other substances anyways to notice. But all these outside bars were completely packed. Everyone was drinking, everyone was dancing. It was really fun to see, actually. And I hadn't seen something like this in Patong. Might have been the closest thing, but it's good for Bangkok and it's good for Khao San. Is mask required when visiting Khao San? Nick, nobody was wearing masks. I can tell you now, when I walked in from the start, there's no checkpoint. They don't check for your temperature. They don't check for vaccination certificates. There's no police. I just walked in, no mask. Everyone's just chill. Everyone's just having fun. Maybe there's always like restaurant staff, the waiters, they hold the menu in front. Maybe they're wearing a mask, but even some of them, they're pretty chill about it. And that's why it was such a different experience. And yeah, and you had the classic, the classic Khao San experience. At about 12:30, they did turn on the lights. So I was in a restaurant pub called, okay, I'm not going to call them out, but I was in a restaurant pub, and at 12:30, they turned the lights on, which basically suggested, all right, guys, it's now time for you all to leave. Everyone left within about 20 to 30 minutes. And I could still see in the distant that some places were still open, but I decided to go home with my colleagues. So as we were heading back, you had the classic Khao San taxi experience. There's a couple of taxi drivers who have their metered taxi but refuse to use the metered taxi. They'll just give you a fare. They'll be like, oh, 200 baht, I'll take you. I'm like, no, it normally costs 120. I'm not gonna pay you 200. But yeah, they're like 200 baht now, so you can just call yourself a grab. They'll come and pick you up within 20 meters of Khao San Road entrance. No issues or no problem. No taxi mafia there. And then you have some taxi drivers who are actually suggesting you other places to go. So he's like, hey, you still want to party? Do you want to go to this place? Do you want to go to this club? And I'm like, oh, interesting. Cool, but no thanks, I won't. So that was a fun experience. But yeah, it was the same old Khao San, and it was a classic, and I loved it. I'm not gonna lie, I loved it. I'm not a big party person. I do go out occasionally to socialize with friends, but for the first time in maybe 2 years, I experienced a crazy night, or just like buckets flying everywhere. Alcohol flying everywhere, people going crazy. It was, if you like entertainment in Bangkok, that was cool. And what I'm gonna do is next week I'm going to travel. Actually, I'm traveling to Phuket tonight, so I'll be visiting Patong and checking out how Soy Bangla is and give you an update. And I'll be going with Jason, probably a cameraman, so I'll get you proper footage. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get some footage. I was able to get you some footage for Khao San, but unfortunately, because I'm doing live by myself at home, I can't show you that. But I hope you like the ukulele. Maybe I'll break out in a ukulele song. No, nobody wants that. My second story today, before I start, Reread. Thank you very much for your donation, Reread. Appreciate it. I will address your comments very soon. So thank you, Reread. I'm just making a note, And right, so my second story today is regarding Bullfrog shots. Now, I had no idea what this is, but you can read the full article on thetiger.com. But Bullfrog shots have now become a popular item on the menu around Thailand. Now, imagine a bullfrog. We probably don't know, but just imagine a frog, basically cooked, put in a shot glass with syrup. That's the current craze. So, and there's videos out on this on TikTok as well as YouTube that you can check out. Just type in Bullfrog shots Thailand, and this is going crazy on Thai social media. Everyone wants to get in on the act, and everyone wants to try and make a video out of it. And to the point where the health ministry came out and said, hey guys, the Department of Health came out and said, guys, careful, this is a warning. Please make sure that your bullfrog is properly cooked because it can have parasites. So don't just follow the crazy trend, you know. A lot of people, you saying yuck. Yeah, well, to be honest, bullfrog is commonly eaten in Thailand, in certain parts of Thailand. It's easily available. It's not something rare. However, bullfrog shots is it's not really for my appetite. So I can agree with some of you some of you on that. And the Director General of the department had to actually come out and say, please, everybody calm down. Let's not go crazy. Let's not just start having frogs left, right, and center and just get some attention on social media. And hopefully people won't go crazy. But let me know, would you ever try a bullfrog shot? Does that sound exotic to you? You know, that whole one night in Bangkok experience, only in Thailand. Some people are up for it. Unfortunately, not me. And the last update, ladies and gentlemen, I have for you today is regarding Maya Bay. Now, Maya Bay reopened in January. There was news about it. We covered it. I spoke about it for probably 3 or 4 episodes. Everyone was really excited. Yay, Maya Bay, one of the most beautiful islands and beaches in Thailand. The place to be. And they had a big reopening. They made a big fuss about it. They had new rules. You had to pay for it. Only a certain amount of people were allowed in it. Unfortunately, yesterday, the ministry announced that the bay will now be temporarily closed again. And the reason it's going to be closed again is because it has a very fragile wildlife. And this, even with the current restrictions, they're still finding it hard to maintain and keep the bay from actually, you know, deteriorating. And unfortunately, Maya Bay will be temporarily closed again. Visitors will still be allowed to visit from outside, so it's going to go back from it's going to go back to the old reopening rules. And yes, good news, bad news. Do you care about Maya Bay? You know, a lot of people who come to Thailand love going to islands, love going to the beach. Are you one of them? Or are you just happy with your local beach? Let's say you travel to Phuket, you travel to Pattaya. Are you just happy with your normal beach? Do you even care about something like Maya Bay? Travel in a speedboat or in a boat just to go look at the island? You can't swim in the bay, you can't visit the beach. Would you even just travel to just have a look? Is it the Mona Lisa? Probably not, but yeah, let me know. What is your... Gator Jake says, I'm out. This is a misrepresentation of the post title on YouTube. The post title on YouTube says, Nightlife entertainment in Bangkok is loud and alive. And that's what I've literally been talking about, that I visited Khao San on Friday and it's loud and alive. So I don't know what's really being misrepresented, but since you're probably already gone, see ya. Right, now I'm going to take some of your questions and comments. Firstly, Tony the Thaiger. Tony the Thaiger says, here's my share of charity donation. Keep up the good work. Look forward to YouTube video on charity work. Thank you, Tony the Thaiger. Appreciate your donation. For everyone watching, anyone who uses super chats and donates, this money will be going towards charity work and charity in Thailand. And yes, I will be making sure that you know how this money is being spent and where it's being spent, and that you'll be able to see videos of us helping these people. And of course, Reread as well. Thank you very much, Reread, for your donation. Appreciate it. Here we go. Knitband says, good decisions. We don't need Starbucks cups floating in the water in Maya Bay. I have seen that in Boracay. Knitband, well, to be honest, Knitband, since the reopening, it hasn't been that bad. I don't think it's to the extent of cups floating in Maya Bay. Tim visited Maya Bay most recently, and I don't think it's at that level of garbage being thrown in the sea, and it's being very well protected. I think that there's about 300 people at a time. Hold on, let me just confirm that. Yes, there were about 3,000 visitors that came every day, and the ministry allowed 380 people per hour. So I felt like it was very well controlled, so I don't think people were just throwing garbage out in the sea. But I understand your point. We do need to basically maintain our wildlife and preserve the beauty of the island. And perhaps it could be exclusive. It's only open for a couple of months, and maybe that drives demand for the island even more. People want to go to a place where they can't go. There was about 20 million baht of income that was generated from the reopening of Maya Bay. Wow. Because 100,000 people visited starting January, and 20 million baht has been made. So maybe they'll do it again. Maybe they'll make it more exclusive and expensive. Who knows? Who knows? Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with your comments, ladies and gentlemen. Rohit Tarwani says, maybe a permit system. I don't know. I don't know what you're referring to. Drumkiller says, hello, hello, hello. Hello, Drumkiller. King KJ Singhate, the night begins after midnight for some. You're right. Usually, before, especially in the Tonglo area, we have a lot of after clubs. So the night actually starts at midnight, like literally. You could go there at 10, it would be completely empty, but certain big clubs, they were just known as post-game after hours clubs, and they were in huge demand. I don't know if those still really work, but from my experience recently on Friday, from what the taxi driver told me, there are still some places you can visit. Reread says, will it be spent on Bullfrog shots? I don't know, Reread. I mean, you're the one donating it. If you really want us to do a Bullfrog shot react, I still probably won't do it. Maybe Natty will be up for it. 212 Roger says, FYI, more visits to see the Mona Lisa when it was missing, stolen, than when it was in the gallery. Exactly right, 212 Roger. People want exclusivity. They want to do the things that they can't do. They want to go visit the place that they can't visit. It creates demand. Drumkiller says, I'm happy to stay home, play drums, and annoy my wife. Good on ya, Drumkiller. Otter Jung says, are the mixture of locals and foreigners got back to before mixture? Sorry, I don't quite understand your question, Otter, but perhaps you're talking about mixture of locals. There were a lot of foreigners in Khao San. I would say there was about 75% foreigners, 25% Thai people. It was just the place to be on Friday evening. Rohit Tarwani says, Jay, is the OB tomorrow or on Tuesday? Otherwise, let's do a mini meetup for viewers in Patong. The OB is actually all week, starting Monday to Friday. We will be at the Trishara Villas. Unfortunately, it's not a public place that people could come visit. But thank you for the suggestion, Rohit. If you are in Phuket, and I'm not sure, maybe possibly Hans might also be in Phuket, we can set up a meetup. Why not? Thailand Paul says, what happens down Cowboy? Thank you, Thailand Paul. Hopefully I will find out and let you know. I plan to go there after the trip coming back from coming back from Phuket. Hopefully Soi Cowboy, Nana, Tonglo. I'm going to visit all these areas one by one. Reread says, Bart SPL says, Jay, keep the beard. I'll be in Bangkok in late June and hope to meet my bearded brother. Thank you, Bart. Hopefully, yeah, I do plan to keep it, so let's see how it goes. AIAEK 300. I just went last week. There is no way 300 people per hour. AIAEK, someone sent me a picture of you yesterday, and I believe it was one Natty Warisa. I think you went to go watch one of her comedy specials or her comedy show, and yeah, she sent me a message with a picture of you. So good on you for going to enjoy her comedy and getting to meet Natty. I hope to meet you one day soon as well. And yeah, thank you for being a supporter and a fan of the Thaiger. Nick says, let Natty do the Bullfrog shot. She probably would be up for it. There's very few things that Natty wouldn't do. So it could be a fun thing. Let's think. Tech Symbol says, I hope they don't start doing turtle shots. Natty would be outraged. Natty would start an outrage. That's what she would do. She would start riots. Hans and everyone else who's in. I'm not sure if Hans is actually in the live chat currently, Rohit, but perhaps we can talk about this tomorrow on the episode. The Snive says, beginning of June, and I will be in on the Pattaya get together. We plan to go to Pattaya once again. I would love to go do a Pattaya show, perhaps next month. I think, and I would love to go to Chiang Mai as well. Are there any viewers watching from Chiang Mai? Unfortunately, we don't have any sponsors in Chiang Mai or any connections really. But if you'd like to sponsor us, we can do GMT live in Chiang Mai. But to be honest, hopefully in the next couple of months, we'll try to move around Thailand to, put a better representation of the area as well. Get a view ourselves. Many bloggers, vloggers, news articles in these areas, but we'd like to go there ourselves and check those places out and see how the business is doing. How's the nightlife? Is it vibing? Are there a lot of tourists? We'll see. Drumkiller says, if you want to annoy your audience, I'll be happy to come and do that for you, Mike Terra style. I don't know who Mike Terra is, I apologize. Hans is enjoying himself and trying to find a good bottle of tequila, says Riri. I hope he's enjoying himself. Weston Hepworth says, any chance of a show in Khao Lak in July? Ooh, Weston. I'm not sure about that. I do love Khao Lak. It's one of my most famous getaway places. When I was living in Phuket, I used to go to Khao Lak every couple of weeks, every 2 to 3 weeks. It is a very beautiful place. I think it's still underrated. I think Khao Lak is still underrated. But maybe we shouldn't make it as famous, otherwise it'd be too crowded. Any chance? AI Ache says, I did see you. I was hoping to see you too. Unfortunately, I wasn't at the show. I plan to go to Bangkok next month. Can I visit the Thaiger, says Nick Tessely. Nick, why don't you send me an email? You can send an email at info@thethaiger.com and we can set that up. And you're also a member. Members are always welcome to come visit us at the office. The Wu-Tang Life says, Jay, have you been watching the NBA playoffs? The Wu-Tang Life, unfortunately, I have not been watching the NBA playoffs. Usually they're at because of the time difference, it makes it difficult for me to watch. And I like watching the LA Lakers. I'm not a hardcore supporter of any NBA team, but I like watching the LA Lakers. I like watching, who else do I like? I like the Milwaukee Bucks. I like the Dallas Mavericks. I like Boston Celtics. I like most teams in NBA. I just enjoy watching basketball. And because I'm not a die-hard fan, I haven't picked a team yet. But if I had to, maybe LA. I don't know. Chicago Bulls, rich history. Who do you support, Wu-Tang Life? How is the inflation in Thailand right now? T42891. It's mostly the petrol that's really taken a really big hit. Apart from that, food in general is still, in my opinion, fairly cheap. It's still okay. It's getting slightly more expensive, but it's still okay for now. Eileen Morris Duke, thank you very much for your donation, Eileen. We appreciate it. I have not seen Eileen Morris Duke on the chat before. Welcome. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're not new, I apologize for my ignorance. Thin Beard Pirate says, Jay, square off that beard so you can be handsome man. Even Natty will tell you. Natty, along with a lot of colleagues at the office, have been very complimentary of the beard. And thank you to you too. Golden State looked good tonight. Did they? I'll check them out. I believe the Wu-Tang Life said he is a Lakers fan? Hold on. Got distracted. Jason says, if you want to annoy us, play that little guitar. The Snipe says, I just got to see the new Doctor Strange movie tonight and it was very good. I am very excited to go watch that movie, The Snipes. I believe it's Doctor Strange something multiverse. It looks pretty cool. I am a Marvel fan. I look forward to watching the movie as well. and we will check it out. Oh, sorry, Nick Tesley is a Laker fan and a Warrior fan. Okay, cool. Doctor Strangelove movie. Tech Symbol says, I don't think it's Doctor Strangelove, but although a classic Doctor Strangelove. It was one of the first movies I watched in film school. Any idea why the immigration office temporarily closed? Tahindra Pereira, I think it might just be because of the weekend. I'm not aware of the immigration office being closed. There's no public holidays, but there were public holidays last week. So depending on the day you went, maybe because of that reason. Riri said, we should do a Thaiger members takeover during a live broadcast. That would be great fun. I want to watch Top Gun. Oh, Top Gun Maverick. Yes, please. Been waiting for it for more than a year. Riri's a fan of Chicago Bulls. Love the Chicago Bulls. GRF Store says, Milwaukee Bucks are my city team. Are you a fan of that Nigerian player? He is so good. Yes. Hold on. A little while. If I'm correct. You mean Anto? How do I say his last name? I find it very difficult. The Greek player. Is he Nigerian? I thought he was Greek. Milwaukee Bucks. Yeah, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Is he Nigerian? He's a Greek professional basketball player. Perhaps he has a Nigerian heritage. I'm not sure, but thank you for that. Oh, the Wu-Tang Life gives us an update on the Kentucky Derby. He says, Jay, 80-1 long shot won the Kentucky Derby, a horse called Rich Strike. Rich Strike indeed. Thank you for that update, Wu-Tang Life. Some part of immigration office moved out. What actually surprised me about Natty the most in real life is that she's got an amazing sense of humor, and she's quite bubbly. When she's working, she's extremely focused. When she started doing the news, she was extremely focused, and but when you actually start spending time with her, she makes jokes all the time. She's quite, hyper and fun. She'll make weird noises. She's a really fun person to be around. Yeah, she's one of the good ones. GRF Store says Green Bay Packers. I love the Green Bay Packers. Nick Tesley. We do have a lot of government holidays, yes. 212 Roger says, hashtag 21 horse won. I had 1 to 12. Close. Close indeed. Just the other way around, my friend. Just the other way around. Tony the Tiger says, internet's down. Apologies. I think my battery's about to run out. Or the only problem with live is that because I have to use connectivity, if someone calls or if something happens, then suddenly the camera freezes. I want to meet Nan, says Tech Symbol. Well, Tech Symbol, hopefully you do get to meet Nan one day. She's our latest induction to the Thaiger team. A Mike says, Jay, let's do a seafood outing with me in Bangkok. Ooh, I don't mind. That sounds fun. I don't think you'd enjoy your time with me as much as you think you would. The Shocker says, do you get paid on the holidays? Well, I'm a full-time staff member. All full-time staff get paid regardless whether it's Saturday or Sunday. Yeah. Maybe the question should be, do I get paid extra on holidays? Tim Newton is the man to talk about. The Shocker, do you get paid? Lewis, to believe it's okay to book my trip to Thailand now and not do the Thailand pass to see if it goes away. Well, it depends when you're arriving, Lewis. You don't want to leave it to the last minute. If you are arriving in a couple of months, then yeah, perhaps you should wait. I think up to 15 days, I think it's safe. AIK says, Natty says you are the funniest one in the office. She does say that. Sorry, that's what happens when you mess with Natty. She knows I'm talking about her. Oh no. I think that's only because I might be the loudest person in the office. Can we buy merchandise in Bangkok without going online to buy? Text symbol, thank you for your comment. Unfortunately, we do not have a physical shop. We don't have the storage services, so that's why we have a online store. And but it will be shipped to you within 2 days. So no matter where you're staying in Bangkok or in Thailand in general, if you can just send it, we can just send it to your hotel, and you can pick it up from there. From the time you order, depending, I think before noon, we can send it the same day, and 2 to 3 days max, it'll be with you. Frank in Thailand says, please click the like button if you like the episode. Thank you, Frank. And that's right, ladies and gentlemen, 136 people watching. Please click the like button if you're enjoying the show so far. Or for Natty, do it for Nat. Do it for the ukulele. Do it for the ukulele. Paradise. Ladies and gentlemen, here's a moment. I'd like to ask you some questions. Would you all, do you think that there's a big interest in, do you think there's a big interest in videos about the entertainment industry in Thailand? So would you rather me go around, checking out Nana, checking out Soy Cowboy, checking out Tonglo, walking street in Phuket, walking street in Pattaya, or are you more interested in food videos? Do you like street food, market food, weekend market, night market, all day market? What are the locals having? Or are you more interested in perhaps history and education about Thailand? Let me know in the comment section. You can leave it in the live chat, but also I suggest you please leave it in the comment section of the videos as well. And yeah, if there's interest, then most definitely I can tell Natty as well and the team that let's make more content of them. John G says a mix of them all. Text symbol says both. Street food, please. I have noticed, I'm going to share something with you. I have noticed that when Natty and me actually did a couple of videos about food, there's been a lot of interest. It gets a lot of views. It gets a lot of positive comments. So I have noticed that people do enjoy street food and basically just food reviews around Bangkok, restaurants. So yeah, perhaps I could do more street food videos. Stefan H, welcome. He says entertainment could be a slippery slope. You're right, Stefan. Entertainment can be a slippery slope, and most of those videos do get flagged, and then, if I do capture something on camera, I can't show that. And if you do actually go to these certain places like Cowboy and stuff, they don't want you filming. If they see you filming, they run up to you and they say, hey, don't film here, or you definitely can't come inside and stuff like that. And that's the last thing I want to do, to make them feel uncomfortable, to make a problem with them. And I don't want to benefit just from, making them look bad or anything like that. Or perhaps I'm thinking too much. Text symbol says, I like when Natty and Nan went shark diving in Paragon Center. That was pretty cool. I was there as well. And I was like, nope. But those two girls are up for anything. They're very confident, daring people. And they did a great job with that video. The Snive says it would be cool to see a weekly update on all the hotspots. Perhaps it would. Stefan says, I prefer Thai life or expat life, including food. Cool. Wu-Tang Life says, what is the best Thai restaurant in Bangkok right now? J5, Srabua by Kin Kin, Ahan, or what is your favorite? I love Yawat. You mean Yawalat or Yawat? Ahan, actually, is a very good restaurant. It is, wait, hold on. Ahan Chef, just so I don't get his name wrong. It's a 2 Michelin star restaurant, by the way. Chef Chumpon, that's the one. Before I actually worked for the Thaiger, I did a project with Chef Chumpon in Germany, Cologne of all places. He was part of the TAT exhibition to promote Thai food in a festival called Anuga, which takes place in Cologne, Germany. And I met Chef Chumpon, who is the head chef of Ahan. So it is and he does Thai food, and he makes Thai food sexy, and Michelin star level, and he's absolutely amazing. So I would definitely suggest you Ahan. And it's quite expensive as well, not gonna lie. It's like premium, high quality food. So it's not somewhere that I can go, really. I've probably got to save up to go there before I indulge in Ahan. But yeah, really good. Another place I would tell you is Suring. Now, the video that I did in Paragon with Natty, Suring is another 2 Michelin star restaurant, and they do absolutely amazing food, and it's very expensive. I'm not gonna lie, their menu is very expensive for me, but if you like having Michelin star level food, yeah, visit Suring, visit Ahan, and you won't be disappointed. And get ready to pay a lot of money. You can get their permission to film, says Boda Zafir. I probably could ask them, yeah. I mean, I thought that went without saying, but yeah, you're right. I could ask them. In my experience, I've always seen them say no. Rohit Tarwani says, what about a review of spots such as Icon Siam? Rohit, it's like you're reading my mind. Paragon was the first step. Icon Siam will be coming soon. It's just that we have a lot of things going on, and unfortunately, we haven't had the time to go there yet, but we do plan to go there very soon. You want to see, Nick Tesley says, I want you to eat specific food like pad thai, mango sticky rice, maybe videos about tour guides, things like bicycle tour, tuk-tuk ride tours. Would you be actually interested in tours? That sounds very interesting. I'm sure that Natty would love to do videos like that. So that's a good suggestion. Thank you, Nick. Icon Siam is one of the most fanciest, most beautiful malls. It's absolute treasure during New Year's because you can go there and look at the fireworks. It's absolutely amazing. You should take Natty to do a blind taste to get her back, says AI Ake. I probably should. Natty's just so creative. I don't know how she comes up with these things. Manifest a live OB from Soy Cowboy during daytime. Everything will be closed. It'll just be sad. It'll just be me and Tim sitting there. Tim watching his back every second. KJ Singate says, your team has great balance with a good mix of topics. Keep it up, but someone has to do a bullfrog cocktail. Well, it's actually a bullfrog shot, but I hope they don't make a cocktail. That's probably next. I don't know what's happening. But from all the people I know in the office, Natty would be most likely and up for it. Chris Close says, good moaning. I don't know if he's trying to do it with the accent or suggesting that I'm moaning. I don't think I'm moaning. Nick Tessely says, Jay, can you read and speak Thai? I heard you say some Thai words sometimes. Natty is amazing to hear her perfect English and can switch to speak perfect Thai. I can speak Thai. Unfortunately, I can't read Thai, Nick. I do have the ability to switch. However, yeah, Natty I would say is 100% in Thai and English. I would say I'm about 90% in English and about 65 in Thai. My Thai is not as bad, but unfortunately I can't read or write Thai. France, Jay. Oh, Chris. I think Chris Clow was trying to do an accent. Good morning. Is that how they say it? It sounds a bit, I don't know, somewhere from the UK. Most of the vloggers of the walking street are just following a hot girl and not focusing on the nightlife. The Snives, thank you for this comment. Thank you very much for this comment, because, not gonna name anyone, but I have seen people that, I don't want to criticize someone else, Look, there are vloggers out there walking on the streets and they have a way of doing things and it works for them and good for them. But yes, my way of doing things is just slightly different. If I go, I would like to give more of a report and a proper focus on the nightlife. Is it busy? How is it going? How was it before? How is it now? And yeah, that's okay. Teximo says we know them all. Boda Zafir says some soy cowboy go-go bars are open during the day as restaurants for the local office workers. It's a strange sight to see office workers eating lunch in between chrome poles, only in Thailand. Thank you for the comment, Boda. Maybe I need to go check that out. Wow, I did not know that. Maybe highlights of different neighborhoods might be a good video. Sure. Was Good Moaning an Aloe Aloe reference? I have no idea what an Aloe Aloe is. You should cover all of the Nana Plaza and Soy Cowboy libraries and museums. Libraries and museums. Oh, do you mean, what's that called? Not Pante. I forgot. There's a sex museum in Sukhumvit. What's it called? Can someone remind me? GRF Store says, I can read and write Thai, but I cannot speak it. The Wu-Tang Left says, Jay, do you eat Mama instant noodles? I absolutely love to eat Mama instant noodles. My favorite one is the Tom Yum Kung flavor, which is the gray packet with the red color. It's a bit spicy for my foreigner friends, I've noticed. But yes, I love eating Mama instant noodles. Patpong, that's the one. Boda Zafir says Patpong. That is, that's the museum where you can find a lot of information and get to see some cool sights if you're into that. Hotel reviews and condo reviews, please. Fan Yu Win, I will actually be doing a walkthrough of a very of some real estate in Phuket coming up next week. So I have gotten a lot of comments that people are interested in real estate, buying and renting in Thailand. So we'll be making a lot more projects for Thaiger real estate. For those of you who don't know yet, are you aware of Thaiger Property? We've started a new endeavor called Thaiger Property, where you can actually purchase real estate through the Thaiger Property website. It's live. If you want to rent or buy property anywhere in Thailand, you can visit thaigerproperty.com. Aloe Aloe was a British comedy. It was brilliant. Gordon Kay and many more great actors. Thank you for that, Stuart. Dating Guru says, no Mama noodles, it's horrible. Free the noodles. Well, Dating Guru, I grew up here, you know, and Mama noodles is just something that my friends had, and it's easily you can still buy it everywhere, like, you know. Cash is King, thank you for your donation. Says, can you please play a little ditty on the Yuki? I don't know what a ditty is. Is that like a song? Firstly, thank you for your donation. I really appreciate it. Unfortunately, I can't play right now because, as I can see, I think I told you earlier that my phone started to stop because I have 1% battery, so it can die at any second. But Cash is King, because of your donation, I'm going to make sure that either I or someone plays the ukulele the week I come back from Phuket, just to make you happy. As for now, ladies and gentlemen, before the stream dies, please click the like button if you've enjoyed it so far. Excuses by Chris. Yeah, it's just a prop, mate. I thought I'd get away with it, but you caught me out. Ladies and gentlemen, please click the like button if you've enjoyed the show so far. Please comment. If you have any comments for future videos, any suggestions, leave them in the comment section. The live chat might not be there later. And thank you for watching the show so far. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will be joining you live tomorrow morning from Phuket at Trishara Villas, and hopefully we can also get meet together with any of the members in Phuket. As for now, I'd like to say good morning and good night to certain people like Nick in different areas of the world, and see you tomorrow.